A New Jersey man was given a 10-year prison sentence after using the same tactics that was used in the Dirty John series. Herman Brightman had pled guilty to crossing state lines to commit a violent act and sending interstate threats. Herman had brutally attacked 4 women from January 2022 to 2023, in which he traveled from the areas from New Jersey, Mount Vernon, New York, the Queens, and Bronx. He preyed on women that he met online. This is why I say he took a playbook from out of Dirty John, because on his online dating profiles, he would say that he was either a nurse or a nurse practitioner.
What are you doing?
So he's a doctor and a nurse, or he's just not a doctor?
Well, he's a nurse.
He would always use the alias of either Nazir Griffith or Nazir Luckett. To back up his lie, Herman would create a LinkedIn page saying that he worked at a New York City hospital, even though he never worked there. And to reinforce his lie, he was seeing these women pictures of him either in scrubs or a lab coat.
Red flag.
Herman would do all this just to gain the women's trust. Not long after he started a relationship with some of these women, he would quickly turn violent towards them, especially if they try to end the relationship. The characteristic that Herman is displaying isn't just domestic violence, but it's known as antisocial personality disorder. Men with antisocial personality disorders tend to view their relationships as exploits, and they may resort to violence quickly when they don't get their way.
Also, love each other? Making a lot of assumptions here.
After the relationship would end, Herman would start stalking these women. In one instance, in July of 2022, he would kidnap one of his exes and her daughter and hold them at knife point. He would then tell his ex that if she made any problems that he would unalive her. And he would hold her hostage overnight to keep her from escaping. But somehow she escaped and notified law enforcement. Then in August of 2023, he would track down another one of his exes and hold her at knife point, in which he would threaten to gut her like a fish. A month later, Herman had went to the Bronx where he lured a third woman who he also dated before to his car, where he would force her to call the woman he attacked previously.
Is that also a red flag?
Crimson.
Victim 2 was smart about her actions, because for him to hijack a third person call her, that means she blocked him on everything. Now what victim number 2 did is what is known as moving away tactic. What moving away tactic is when a victim attempts to escape their stalker's orbit. Now one thing the victim may do is either change their phone numbers, change their mail address to a P.O. box, change their driving routes, never go out without people around, even changing or blocking email address. They may even change their jobs or even just move altogether. But victim number 3, he would attack her, and every time she would try to escape, he would place her into a chokehold. But she was able to break free and call police. The typology that Herman falls under is what's called home stalker. Home stalker have different categories, in which the category that Herman falls under is known as the rejected revenge seeking stalker. The rejected revenge seeking stalker is a person who had a previous relationship with the victim who became outraged because they was rejected and they swear revenge. A month later, Herman would go back to the Bronx where he would track down a 4th victim, which was also another woman he dated before, in which he somehow convinced her to let him into her house, where he would then assault her and then strangle her. He would even attempt to try to Bill Cosby her, but somehow that didn't work out. But she was able to escape with the help of a friend. Finally, Herman was arrested. Some of you may be wondering why it took the police so long to arrest him. But the thing is, when it comes to domestic battery cases, getting an officer to take you seriously is kind of like flipping a coin. The reason I say it is because some officers take this seriously and some officers just brush it off. You may have some officers that may minimize the situation, where they may downplay what may have happened. Some officers that disbelieve the victim, where they believe the victim is either lying or exaggerating what may have happened.
Liar!
You have some officers that have an uncaring attitude, where they feel like they could be doing something else than dealing with domestic stuff. Herman had took a plea deal where he was given 10 years in prison, even though based on American standards, that's kind of a lesser sentence, because he should have been given a kidnapping charge as well. That's the prosecutors for you. A win is a win to them. Do you feel that he should be given more time for his sentence, as well as do you feel that he should have been stopped after his first victim? Go ahead and put your comments down below. If you like more forensic analysis of cases like this, as well as victimology, go ahead and stay tuned for more videos to come. And be careful with who you meet online.
See you next time, boils and ghouls.